So Bethesda's just released the special stats of the three main characters of the Fallout show, and I just wanted to take a moment to check those out with you guys. So first off, we have Lucy, the first main character of the show. She has a strength rating of 4. I think I can see that. Perception of 7. Mm. She doesn't really use the gun a ton. It just kind of seemed to be average, like a 5 or 6, to be honest with you. 7, I feel like 7 is a little strong for her, to be honest. I mean, maybe we just need to see a little bit more of that, but perception-wise, since that seems to do a lot with, how accurate you are with your gun, I mean, hers is alright. Endurance, 6, I mean, she got stabbed and she was fine, so I guess I could see that as being, 6 for endurance. Charisma, 5, I mean, on one hand, she does have that little, leader charisma going on, but at the same time, she also is, a total fucking square, so I could see the charisma being 5, because part of her is kind of charismatic, but part of her is also not at all charismatic, so I could see it being a 5. Her intelligence is 6, which I think I could see. As, yeah, in the show, she does do some, stupid things.
I acknowledge that I'm unfamiliar with your circumstances, but at first glance, your treatment of this man appears unfair, and I'm obliged to intervene.
But a lot of that's just because she's not really aware of, the outside world and was, raised in a vault. And she does kind of adapt kind of fast as, after meeting all these people that she can't really trust in the outside world, she does kind of adapt to that. Like seeing Maximus in the power armor and not immediately trusting him. And then with those, two little, cannibal people who she didn't know were cannibals, she did what was pretty smart in terms of if she wasn't going to immediately kill them. Which was the whole, putting their hands up and just being, what was it, probably 6 to 10 feet away from each other. And it was smart. It didn't work out, but it was smart. So I could see her being 6 intelligence, to be honest. I could see her agility being 5, and then luck, yeah, she's got a lot of luck. So I agree with that. Then we have the ghoul, strength 5. I don't think there's been a ton of times that you've really seen him, using strength a ton, other than, getting shot at and stuff. But that's more of an endurance thing. So strength 5, I mean, just by the fact that you can't really see his strength much, I guess I agree. I think his perception should be better, as you see him shooting a shit ton and being pretty accurate. So honestly, I think his perception should probably be an 8. It's probably the first thing I strongly disagree with. Endurance is 7. I mean, it's about right. It should probably also be an 8. I think his charisma being a 7 also makes sense, because he is pretty charismatic, he's pretty funny, so that I also really agree with. Intelligence 4, I mean, it's about where I would have him. I think his intelligence is probably about 5. I'd say he's probably about average. From what I remember the pre-war stuff, he was just kind of being a sheep, going along with what all the US was talking about, the evil commies and blah blah blah, and just sucking up to the government. But maybe there was just some stuff I was missing in the show. Because, I mean, most of it, from what I remember, was just him, just shooting the shit out of people and being, cautious of people, I think. Agility being a 7, he's a pretty, crazy little gunslinger, so I could also see it being 7. That's another thing I agree with. Luck being 4, I could see that. He was put in a lot of bad situations where he kind of had to, brute force his way out through, gun force and stuff, while Lucy, she kind of just got put in these situations and lucked out of it, to be honest. And then we have Maximus, strength 7. I could see that. Perception is 6. I think I could see that, although I think his perception is better than Lucy, so I think he should probably be a 7, while Lucy should probably be a 6. He has an endurance of 6. I think I would agree with that. His charisma is a 5. I mean, honestly, I would probably bring it to a 4. I don't think he's very charismatic. Maybe even a 3, honestly. He's not very... He doesn't really have much charisma, to be honest with you. Intelligence 4, he does make some pretty stupid decisions, but then he's also pretty smart in being, wary of all the people in the wasteland, so, I mean, I sort of agree with it, sort of don't, but it's he's a really big mixed bag with that stuff, so it's kind of hard to say what his intelligence is, to be honest with you. Agility 7, I think it makes sense. Luck 5, I mean, I think he also probably should have higher luck as... Well, when he fights the ghoul in the power armor, he should have died, but then he lucked out. And then when he fought the Squire and lost, he probably should have died in that power armor suit. He got pretty lucky that Lucy found him. So I think his luck should probably be like a 7, to be honest. I was probably not hard enough on Maximus in terms of how lucky he got in my initial review as I probably should have been. I think Lucy was just more of the elephant in the room just because of how annoying she is. Although, to be honest, Maximus is pretty annoying with a lot of his decision making, so it was something I overlooked, and that's kind of my bad. Now, there's one more character, Ma June. I honestly forgot who that is. I think that's like the old lady in the trailer who does the annoying laugh. So, to be honest, Ma June seems kind of really random, but I don't know. We haven't seen her in a Perception 7. It seems a little strong. Endurance 5, probably. Charisma. In my opinion, she was not charismatic at all. I would give that like a 4. Intelligence, I don't think you've really seen enough of her. Agility, like most of these stats, we just haven't seen enough of her, so I can't really agree or disagree with most of this stuff. So this is just kind of random. I didn't even know there was a fourth character added to this. But yeah, those are my thoughts overall on the stats of the characters. Let me know what you guys thought. Was I wrong? Was I right? Let me know down below. Also, be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks.